theTechnological with EMSNOW, and welcome to this edition of Up Close that we do with industry experts. Our topic of discussion today is the use of AI, or artificial intelligence, within the EMS industry. AI continues to attract a lot of attention within the EMS industry, so we wanted to speak to an EMS that's actually using it to improve their internal processes. Zollner Electronik, one of the top global EMS companies, is an example of a company that is doing exactly that. So our guest today, as you see on the screen, is Alois Mahr. He's the Senior Vice President of Global Engineering at Zollner. So Alois, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. Let me begin by asking you to please introduce yourself and your area of responsibility within Zollner.
Thank you very much, Eric. It's a pleasure for me to be here today. So my name is Alois Mahr. I have an education in electrical engineering and also many years of experience in EMS business. I'm working 20 years at Zollner and in summary 26 years in EMS companies. And I have different stations in production and engineering. Now I am in the position as a Senior Vice President in Global Engineering. Global Engineering is a central department with a global structure and 140 employees at Zollner. And we have specialist know-how in different areas like industrial engineering, production process planning, PLM topics like BOM and CAD management. Also, we are responsible for our technologies which are used at Zollner for SMT production, through-hole technology, also assembly and test. We do process qualification procedures and service and support for our business areas. And one topic is digital manufacturing, developing, administration, service and support of our MES. Company in technological things, and we make technology scouting for looking out of interesting technologies for Zollner in the future. And really our main tasks are development, evaluation, testing and qualification of methods, technologies and tools.
Okay.
The rollout, and we do also provide service and support for our different business areas at Zollner.
Okay. You have a lot of responsibilities.
That's a very interesting job, Eric. I am very pleased to be in this position because it's really interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure there's challenges every day. Let's start with the big picture on this. Zollner clearly has been going through a digital transformation. So tell us about that and how you view that and what's happening.
Yes, the digital transformation, it's a part of our company strategy. And in this strategy process, we do also a continuous rework, and we do yearly updating this strategy. This is done by the management and also for the first management level. And the whole strategy increases topics like increasing capabilities in PLM for our customers, also doing efficiency and company growth in our industries and their related markets. And one main topic, as I mentioned, is the digital transformation. And inside this digital transformation, we have some special roadmaps. And the roadmaps include different areas, for example, intelligent demand planning and procurement, also things like smart integration and automation. And last but not least, data management and data harvesting. And an important topic too is to create also competencies for the digital world in relation to our human resources and our organizational development. But the main topic for the interview today is artificial intelligence and machine learning. We have developed a roadmap for several years to get and to keep the transformation process on track. And we want also reach some targets like improvement of our delivery capability, reduction of inventories, demand-oriented procurement, for example, in the production area, the productivity increasing, also a connectivity of processes, quality improvement, and the professionalization of our product data management. And in the end, the target is to create a solid database for digitization. And the keyword is filling and using of our own data lake.
Okay, excellent. So in December, I noticed this past year, it was announced that Zollner had made an investment in a group called Ti.Ki. So who exactly is Ti.Ki and how does Zollner seek to benefit from this relationship?
Yes, Eric, Zollner made a strategic acquisition and bought company shares in Ti.Ki. And the Ti.Ki is a synonym. It stands for Technological Institute for Applied Artificial Intelligence. And Ti.Ki is doing different tasks for the shareholder companies, especially in digitization, bringing data to informations, or industrial development and operation of AI models and AI enablement of the shareholder and associated partners. And the Ti.Ki Institute has already established a leading technologically sustainable position in applied research, development and operation of AI applications and will further expand this position. With a specific professional and technical focus on IIoT or time series or anomaly detection or natural language processing, this will enable the shareholders to independently develop and securely operating AI applications, doing very quickly and cost effective in accordance with their respective domain and business models. The AI landscape from Ti.Ki, there is a goal to have end-to-end integration of different relevant areas like data sourcing, data storage, also data processing and AI analytics and monitoring or alerting of or reporting analytics in an intelligent platform. And Ti.Ki has a data science platform. It's called DSP. And this consists already of entirely open source components. And it's a professional managed data science platform with also long-term experience and integrated solutions for industrial development of AI models. It consists and highly integrates tools like Spark, like Kafka, like Kubernetes, TensorFlow, Docker, and others. And the goal is creation of industrial size AI models, train on them, and provide them ready for use. And also an important thing is the empowering of the shareholder employees and the independent use of the data science platform.
Interesting. That sounds like a good collaboration and a good addition.
Absolutely.
So what exactly is motivating Zollner then to engage at this and pursuing this course of action?
That's a very interesting question, Eric. I will try to answer it. One topic is the focus on increasing our efficiency. This is the first step, and in this first phase, we were reaching out for development of use cases out of the engineering and production area, and they include problem-solving topics or quality improvement actions. And for this, we want to introduce AI-supported and highly automated processes. And the second topic I can mention is also we want to create and offer new digital services. This is more a medium to long-term thing, and also development of unique selling propositions. And thus, we want to stand out a bit from the competition of market companions. And also when we have more experience built up, we want also provide new digital services for our customers. I think this is a very important thing in the future, the customer requirements and also their future expectations. And transparency for customers and suppliers in the supply chain is a topic. and also strengthening of our customer loyalties.
Okay. Excellent. So now AI, artificial intelligence, it kind of leverages data. That's what it essentially does. And that data is captured through many systems within Zollner. So what exactly is the current IT landscape at Zollner in that regard?
Yeah, in the meantime, Eric, we have complex landscape for at Zollner. We have different enterprise systems like PLM, ERP, and MES.
Mm-hmm.
One thing at Zollner is we have centralized systems which have the same conditions in every plant we have in Europe or also in USA or in China. And actually, we are introducing a PLM system with end-to-end solution from Siemens called Teamcenter. We have ERP system from SAP and our own developed MES.
Mm-hmm.
In PLM, we have the master or BOM management, CAD data management, also the product requirements. In ERP, we have the order and the demand management, for example, and in MES, we have the documentation of our production processes for traceability, for example. And in the last years, we have collected billions of data in the MES. Mm-hmm. And our MES solution has modern technologies and production database on every site. And we are using modern streaming technologies to get the data collected in a central database.
Okay.
And also, in the meantime, we have many collected data of our manufactured products and also their related process informations. And for example, I can say we document our material-related topics, also process information like solder temperatures, heating areas, or torque and rotation angles by mounting of screws in assembly processes. Our intention is to work more predictive with the already existing data and to do more with this data in the future. And for example, the recognition of anomalies, early detection of deviating processes in combination with a zero defect strategy.
Okay. So tell me more about the Zollner MES. If I understand what you said correctly, it's not an off-the-shelf solution. You've effectively developed your own. Is that true?
That is true, but I will tell you a little bit more about it. We have also started with a system off the shelf, but in the meantime, we have also our own developed MES, and for data collection, we have databases on site and modern streaming technologies to collect all data on one master database. We have also standardized machine interfaces based on common protocols and technologies like XML, CFX, or OPC UA. Mm-hmm. And in former times, as I told you, we have used the system off the shelf, but in the last couple of years, we developed our own MES solution. And now it's completely built and running by our own in all plants of Zollner.
Okay.
Means we have a global installation.
Okay. That's excellent. So all this data, and from the going back to the topic of the AI then, obviously the intent is to improve the internal processes. So can you share some examples of maybe how Zollner has utilized AI to actually improve some processes?
Mm-hmm. Yes, so as I mentioned, we have started different use cases. And for example, one use case I can introduce is, we call it the time calculation. And as I mentioned, we have the need to do thousands of product calculations in the Zollner Group, which are done on every sites. And for this, we want to use also data from our machinery processes like SMT production. And the foundation and the basis is we know in the MES system when a product was started in a machine, when it ended, and also we know the status of the product. Was it good, or was a defect, or was something else? And for that, we have developed AI models for our whole SMT lines. And we have the capabilities to calculation in relation to specific lines in our business areas. And also we can use our AI models for the lines in our marketing and sales department, where we can do calculations without a relation to a plant and only technology orientated to get the best quotations for evaluations and good quotings for the customers.
Excellent. That's on the time calculator.
Yes, I have one more example for you. One topic is the use case image classification. And we are doing also AOI and X-ray processes in our SMT production. And there is one topic, it's the pseudo error assessment in SMT production. And the use case is to automate the manual visual process with AI-driven assessment process. And one important topic is labor cost saving and also increasing of the quality, because this is a requirement we want to also, we must realize is the interfaces for the machines, and this process must be done in real time and also in real-time assessment. And the machine vendor, in this case is Swisscom, is also part of the project. And the development and the training of the models was started very successful. We have different shapes evaluated and the results are looking very good. And the project is running, and the further development is ongoing. And the machine interface and also the image server connection is running, and everything is in this use case is so far.
Excellent.
That was a second example.
Yeah, no, that's excellent, because and that's what I wanted to hear, because, you know, there's been a lot of talk about AI, but the actual, how this is happening, how it's being used, those are the stories I think that are of great interest. So, so obviously you've begun this journey, you're on it, you're starting to utilize it as your case studies indicate. So what does the future hold then for Zollner in this regard? Where do you see this going?
Yes, I can tell you, for us at the moment is really important that we are finishing the realization of the mentioned use cases, and we want to do also the rollouts in the production areas in the different plants. And also we have in mind starting of new use cases. We have a list of use cases we want to realize in the next couple of years. And for engineering topics, we have also a use case for component engineering and BOM management with interfaces to the PLM system, because for EMS company, it's very important to get enriched component engineering and also enriched BOMs for very quickly and fast introduction of new products. And also, we want to start use cases in the administration processes, like purchasing or flexible replanning in case of changing demands. That is also a very important topics in this flexible business we are doing.
Yeah.
So it will be very exciting, and for us, we are pushing and keeping much resources in this topic because I think in the next years it's really important that we do building up know-how and also improve our processes. We have good chances in the future and in the markets and in the business.
Yeah. And that's, you know, you make me wonder then too, as with these new technologies and developments and as you evolve, imagine that the education, the skill set that you need for employees to work within this is evolving and advancing as well. Has that been a challenge, or have you had to bring in, or were you all smart enough to figure it all out?
Yes, this is also a thing that is very important to empower our employees, and also to make some preparations for changing their mindset, because different processes can also change their working life, and this is a very important thing we must manage in the next years, to keep our informed, to keep them on track, and to prepare them for some changes in their daily business.
Yeah.
So must be is needed, in my opinion, a good strategy as well for education, and also changing the mindset of the staff in our plants, and it's very important for us.
Yeah. No, no doubt. That's a great point. Well, listen, this has been very interesting. I've enjoyed this conversation because I like the way you can actually point to the benefits that are being derived from AI and the journey that Zollner has been on here. And I think the audience will appreciate these types of examples as well. So, so thank you for taking the time to share those with us today. And maybe later in the year at some point we can, or it's an ever-going process, we can catch up and maybe get some more updates from you at some point. So I just want to say thank you very much for taking your time today, Alois, to join with us to share your insights on this.
So thank you very much, Eric. It was a pleasure for me to be here, and we can continue later on in this year for another interview, because I think it's really interesting for the audience. And as I said, it was a pleasure for me to be here.
Yeah. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate you, and look forward to catching up later in the year again. Thank you.
Thank you very much.